Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm not usually live on a Tuesday, but I'm so happy to be here with Darlene Bruns from Horizon Shades. If you are watching, I'm going to start this out, Darlene, and be very specific with everyone. If you are currently watching or live or on replay, you might even have a Horizon Shades account already, and you just haven't used it in a while. So go check out horizonshades.com, see if you're using them or have used them in the past for your window treatments. And we're going to go into some detail about why choosing the right window treatment matters. And if you don't have an account with horizonshades.com, go set one up. It's free. So you want to go do that, because here's what I find, and this matters with a lot of places that you buy your stuff from as interior designers. When you need them, it takes you extra time to sign up. Right? So why not sign up now, build that relationship so that when you're ready and you need them, they're right there. So welcome, Darlene. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Nancy. Thank you for having us.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you guys. This is a great topic because designers can make quite a bit of money from window treatments, but we want to make sure that they're choosing the right window treatment for their clients so that they get talked about, they get referrals, and they get repeat business. So this is a really important topic. So why don't you get us started on how do they choose the right window treatment and how can Horizon Shades help them do that?
Well, from the beginning, you're a designer and you're walking into somebody's house, and I'm assuming you're helping them with their furnishings, accessorizing, rugs and flooring, lighting. And then for some reason, we get to window treatments, and what happens there? We're not picking the best option for that homeowner. And this is where, for some reason, I see the ball get dropped. And why would you maybe choose a ready-made over something that is well designed, well thought out, creating something memorable that when somebody walks into your customer's home, they're in wow. And as a designer, isn't that what we want to do, is create that wow factor and really create that design that's going to get you those referrals. So,
it's funny because you may not know this, Darlene, but I was an art framing and accessory consultant for 17 years before I was a coach. So we used to say with artwork, we'd carry 500 pieces of artwork into a client's house and we would show them live, unmatted, unframed pieces, canvases. And we'd have to say to them, and this is a line that designers can use for window treatments as well, do you want what's expected, what you're seeing everywhere, or do you want something special? You didn't hire someone like me to get what you're seeing in Home Goods or all the places. You want to do something different that's a real signature piece if you're going to be hiring someone like me as an art consultant, right? And it's the same if they have a designer who's helping them with the accessorizing and the window treatments. They can say, are you looking for something that everyone has, or do you want something really special? So I think you're so smart to teach designers how to do custom window treatments because no one else will have them.
Well, the reason that they want to choose Horizons, for instance, is we are a workroom. And as a workroom, pretty much we can make just about anything that you will design and dream up with very little limitations in what that is. And what I have found, especially as we continue to, add to our capabilities as new designers come forward with beautiful new designs that they're seeing. They're inspired by something or they're dreaming it up. And, we like to say, if you can dream it, we can make it. So that's part of it. It's really just carrying out that beautiful idea that's in yours or your customer's mind of what this room should look like when it's completed. And that really does start with something that's custom, not something that is a cookie cutter that they can find on the internet. And it really is, to me, when you go with the custom route, you're giving them something unique. So that means it's not something they can go out and find somewhere else. They have to work with you to get that design. And that's, to me, is the biggest difference, is keeping them within the realm of your design and making sure that room is the one you want to put up on your website, as that beautiful example of what you do and the,
Yes.
the scope of your work.
Yes.
So you have the fact that you want something that's going to be memorable, that's going to stand out. But there are times when something like a ready-made or a side panel isn't going to work. And that could be based on the height of the window. That could be the width of the window. That, could be anything that has to do with light and privacy options. So I know I have one example that we have a photo of that is just a large window in a room.
Yeah, let
And
me
in
bring
this
that up.
case, if you want to bring that up.
There we go.
So this is actually a picture right off of our website, and it's an example of windows where you have obviously a large window in a room. That isn't something you're going to find, online or at any of the big box stores. So you have to have this made to size, but we're also looking at a combination of drapery and shears so that you're getting that combination of light filtering where you can have the beauty of the light filtering during the day and yet have more privacy during the evening with the drapery. And so when I look at something like this, and in this picture, you can't really see the detail of the fabric. So I believe I loaded that up. And this is an absolutely gorgeous,
It's gorgeous.
velvet cutout.
Oh my God, gorgeous.
Yes. So, in the picture, the design gets a little bit lost, but the texture of that material is so luxurious. And that's also part of the drapery. When you're going with a beautiful fabric, that you have that texture that somebody wants to go and touch that material. It draws them in. So I thought that was a great example.
So
of
this
that.
is the detail of this window treatment. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
And I agree. Like from a distance, you can't see all the detail, but when someone walks into that room, they're going to see that. And everybody wants to touch fabric like this.
I know I do.
I know. I already do too. So yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And you can see the difference a custom window treatment makes in this case, because to get a window that size covered that beautifully, that thoroughly. And talk to me about the considerations with heat or cold, light, and all that.
So certainly that gives you two different types of light control. One's going to be more of that daytime light. The other's going to be more for the evening, which is going to include your privacy with this type of a combination. And over the last, pretty much since the beginning of 2020, we've seen, in big increase in doing the window treatments. That's both the drapery and the shears together once again. So, and this replaces other types of window treatments like a shade or a blind. This is going to be all you're going to have on this window.
Yeah, what was old is new again, it seems like, correct?
It's always the case, right?
I know, it's coming back.
I see a lot of bell bottoms coming out again.
This really looks like that old 70s fabric, right? Like
it does
so
have
cool.
that type of pattern that does have that feel to it. It's a little ethnic almost, tribal.
Yes. Oh my God.
Now you're going to have windows where your customer may already have or prefer a shade or a blind, and they're really just looking for those side panels, that dressing, that's going to go on the window. So I know I loaded up a photo of that. This is a nice example of that in a bathroom. And some people might say, oh, drapery in a bathroom, but we are seeing a lot of drapery in bathrooms lately. And so
this bathroom is so big, it's not like it's going to get too steamy.
Yeah, there's bigger bathrooms are definitely in. I think my whole living room would fit in some of these bathrooms.
Me too.
So here we're seeing like a grommet, and a grommet is a really common option if you are looking at a ready-made panel. It's probably one of the more popular options because it's easy to install and easy to hang from a rod. You don't need rings. So this is one of those situations where, yes, you could go ready-made. However, the difference in the custom is going to be the lining options. So this is where you're going to be able to choose either more luxurious lining options like inner lining, or maybe you want that blackout lining because you want it to cover where the light would normally be coming through on the sides of the window, where the shade doesn't quite, make it all the way to cover all that. So this is allowing you more options than you would have with a ready-made. Sometimes the ready-mades that are claimed to be blackout really aren't either. So we do make it a true blackout with the highest quality linings. But some of the trends we're also seeing are just different lining colors. So if you want to
Oh,
choose white or ivory, khaki natural, or black for your
wow.
linings,
Yes.
those are all the options you have. And then that's what you're going to see from the outside of the home. So we are seeing a little departure from the old white and ivory standards.
That
But
is
this is,
cool.
I thought this is a great example of something you might find. Now, what I do notice in some of the ready-mades is they're also not as big. So often you're just going to get 3 of those folds instead of 4. This is
Mm,
like a true one with side panel when
gotcha.
you go
That's really,
custom.
really beautiful.
But maybe you want it to be 6 folds or 8 folds. And again, that's not what you're going to find when you're looking online or looking at your local store. You're not going to have the option to make it to the exact width that you want it to be.
Okay. So understanding all the criteria of standard versus custom and making sure that all the designers know that. And when they work with Horizons, you guys help them figure this stuff out.
That we do. So if you are an account with us, you do get an assigned sales rep, and that is somebody who's going to be your design assistant. We're going to help you to be the architect of this room and to help you with all the information you need to create that, well-designed space and the right window treatment for, whether it's the light filtering, privacy, or just really just to make something that's absolutely stunning and beautiful. Um, I loaded up a picture of you. It's a take from one of our fabrics that we have.
That
And
one?
this is it. It's called
Oh,
Edo. And I took this picture of the fabric because we were having a pillow made with this exact part of the fabric.
it's
This
gorgeous.
this is to me one of those examples of you're not going to find this somewhere else. If you want that statement piece, you want that fabric that just has the look and the feel that you're trying to
Achieve.
convey in this
Yeah.
room. You want to, and you're wanting to elevate the design. This is the type of fabrics and materials that are going to do that for you and your customer.
This is
This is going to be
beautiful.
memorable.
It's definitely. How do you help the designers with samples? So let's say they love this fabric, but they want to see it in person. They want to touch it and feel it.
We have a wonderful program for swatch ordering. So you can go to horizonshades.com. You do need to be a dealer with us, so you have to have an account,
Which is
and
free to open up.
which is free.
I keep saying
And
that.
you're able to order up to 10 free swatches per side mark. So we send a pretty sizable swatch, and I will grab one of those here. So as I'm going to compare it to my head, it's an 8x10 size swatch that
Nice.
comes from Horizons. And let's say you don't want, somebody to know where you're getting it. That's fine. These are removable.
Nice.
So you can just take those off and then you would just have the fabric. But the name of the fabric is included in the colorway on the swatch. So these,
Very nice.
again, it's virtually unlimited. You can order 10 a day. And we have 370 fabrics that are online and viewable. Now
Wow.
your account could actually go look at these same fabrics and they can pick their favorites. And that's something that is great about the website, because there are actually 2 sides. There's the side that a consumer can see, which is your account, your customer, and your side, which has more information and allows you the ability to order the swatches. But you can send your customer to our site. And also, if you are an account with us, a dealer, we have an app that's available on.
Oh,
So if you have an Apple device, we have a free app. And what's great about the app is it has all the information and the photography and our swatches loaded up on it. And it's super easy to order a swatch from the app and send it directly to your customer. So when
that's
we do
Great.
send out the apps. We send it in a very nice envelope. It looks very professional and well designed.
That's amazing. Okay, so the designer can get help figuring out which window treatment, all the measurements and stuff. Like you can help walk them through until if for newer designers and for seasoned designers, you have them with an app that they can do everything there that they need to do in front of their client without their client ever really knowing the price or anything like that.
Yes. So, and everything we do have in pricing is all in retail. So
Perfect.
it's not what you are going to be paying us for that product, but it's what you can show your customer. And I always think it's good because it gives legitimacy to the pricing.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I teach designers to charge at or under retail, only slightly under if they want to, make their clients feel like they're getting something, but they have the right to charge at retail. So it's great that if they even go under slightly, they can see on your website that they're getting a deal, even if it's a couple of bucks.
Yes. So we do have we have the published pricing that's in our product guide information. So we have a pricing chart. And we also have pricing for COM. So just a reminder that although we have 370 inventoried fabrics that are available to be used in your designs, we accept COM. And we get about half of all our fabrication is with a COM fabric.
Okay.
The other half tends to be, give or take 5% or so happens to be with our materials. So we're truly a workroom that is able to work with virtually every fabric we get. There are times when we have to say no, but mostly that's when making Roman shades.
Okay. And locations, you can work with anyone where?
And anyone everywhere. So
that's what I wanted everyone to hear.
We have product that gets shipped overseas all the time.
Really?
So as long as they have a freight forwarding company, we can ship FedEx. That's our mode of shipment to anywhere in the United States, including Hawaii. So we do ship directly to Hawaii.
Nice.
And then, other than that, if it's going outside of the United States, then you would just have to have a freight forwarding company. But we do it all the time.
It's amazing. All right. Talk to me about this one because I love this one.
So you probably have seen, and we have seen a huge growth in the request for café curtains. They are
now
back.
This feels old school to me again. Like I feel like I said before we went live, it's kind of like what's old is new again. Like it's really interesting what I'm seeing. I feel like it's from when I was a kid.
It is, but I love the look myself, and I used to live in a turn of the century home, so this was something that I had in my own home. But what I want to mention on this page is, let's say you were ordering from us and the standard header is 4 inches and the standard hem is 4 inches at the bottom. But something like a cafe curtain, you might only want a 2-inch header and a 2-inch bottom hem, because proportionally that's going to maybe look a little bit better than a chunkier hem or header. So those are the things that, again, we can customize and do for you. And these are all the rage. So we're seeing a lot of them, and we're definitely seeing the requests for smaller hems. Header wise, generally 2 inches is the smaller hem using buckram. On the bottom hem, sometimes you might want only a 1 inch. I tend to like the balance myself of the same size. Yeah. But that's, this is just an example of what we're seeing. The requests are from designers, what the trends are. Definitely, we're seeing these trends as we're moving what we'll call into spring here soon. We can't wait
soon
for spring to come. And, that's definitely one of the areas that is growing as far as design.
It's very cool. All right. And this one?
Oh, just like a nice example of some of the fabrics that we have at Horizons. And we did come out with a brand new collection. It was right at the beginning of November. So virtually every fabric we have in our inventory is brand new. It's, up to trend. Our materials are high end. They are going to be the ones that you are going to see in your design centers as far as the caliber and the level of the product and the fabrics. Certainly, we are still seeing a call for a lot of linen-based fabrics, but velvets and velvet cutouts are really popular right now, especially with media rooms. And then a lot of, certainly geometrics and a lot of embroideries.
Love it. Love it. It just feels so like warm and inviting. Those thicker, like you say, velvety textures.
They're just
it's
luscious.
yeah, it's just so much like cozier than some of the stock things that people have put up in the past, right? But again, choosing the right window treatment matters. It has to be what's right for the room and what's right for the client and the feel they want in their house too, which is why using someone like you guys and the versatility that you have really opens up the world to every designer. They're not stuck to just one type.
And I want to let them know, as far as a designer, we are here literally to hold your hand throughout the process. It is really easy to order from Horizons. And so you can enter your own orders, even just like you're ordering anything else you need to get online. So we make it as simple as possible, but we're there every step of the way. And we would love to have you engage with us for your next window treatment project.
Okay, everybody. So if you're a brand new designer, go to horizonshades.com, open up your brand new account. That's free. And start exploring the fabrics and the swatches and get the app and start playing around with it. Because when you get your first client who's going for window treatments and you want to do them custom or standard, Horizon Shades can help you, right? So if you're a seasoned designer, I always say, see, I had a friend in Long Island, New York, who would always say to me, I have all my suppliers, I don't need any more. And I say, you always need more, because you never know, even though they're great, you never know when someone's going to trip and not be of service to you. And having a great backup could be your new go-to at some point, right? So even if you have a window treatment in a workroom that you use, go set up horizonshades.com, set up your account, check out the pricing, check out the deliverables, check out the help you get when you're using them. And it might be a whole different feel for you where you're not wasting as much of your time because they're helping you more, right?
That's what's great about inventoried fabric, but also our turnaround time. So we don't want to forget that.
Tell me about your turnaround time.
So if you're sending in a COM, the turnaround from the minute the material lands till it goes out the door is about 2 weeks, sometimes about 2.5 weeks. If you're using our material, you're looking at 7 to 10 business days.
Oh my God, that is fast.
It is. And some workrooms, and they're wonderful workrooms, but I've heard that they're running 12, 16 weeks for drapery. And yet we are turning around those same orders in 2 weeks.
What about installers, Darlene? Because people get nervous, like, okay, you're turning it around fast, but my local workroom has an installer and I can it's all built into one. How do you counter that?
So we do not have like an installer for every
because you go all over the United States and all over, right?
I wish we could, but as a sales rep, we're often very aware of somebody who's in our territory that is an installer, is an amazing installer that they can work with. So if they are having an installer crisis, definitely let us know. We're happy to help point them in the right direction.
Perfect. All right. Did we cover everything today?
As far as I know, I believe we did cover everything that we had on our plate. I mean, we could probably talk for hours, but
yeah, we could, even there's just so much to learn about window treatments. And I find that, again, newer designers tend to shy away from them because they're nervous about them. Where if they can set up an account with you guys and actually start learning within a couple of jobs, they're going to feel much better about having the support for each job they go into, and it'll just be what they do. So very important for everyone to feel comfortable with their window treatment, with their workroom, and be able to have a good line of communication. So if you don't have that currently, again, go to horizonshades.com, sign up for a free account. If you have a current account from years ago, businesses change. You guys have more options than you've ever had before, and you help more than you've ever done before. So don't let any past knowledge of Horizon Shades change the fact that you should try them again, right?
We have grown and we have evolved, and we're here to help you elevate your designs.
Love it. Okay, everyone. Thank you, Darlene. I will see you next time. Well, Leslie will see you next time. Everyone go over to horizonshades.com and sign up for your account or reignite your old account. And we'll see you next time.